Hello, this is the welcome talk for Bridges and Wessex hosts. My name is Christina and I am the host hotline supervisor. Tonight I'm joined by colleagues from UPP, University of Reading, and the Students' Union, who will be able to answer any questions you may have about live in halls and university. But before we do that, we're going to play a short presentation to tell you about some of the rules we have, what's expected of you, what's expected of us. Before we do that, please make sure to register your attendance by completing the check-in form, which I've posted in the Q&A section. Even if you're watching as a flat, complete individually. If you fail to do that, we will ask you to attend another one of those talks. Now we're going to play the presentation.
Hi, I'm Sue Wallace, the Residential Support and Discipline Manager at the university. I'm here to explain how you can access support whilst you live in halls and how we manage behaviour during your stay. Our team of 5 trained wardens come from a variety of backgrounds, but all have relevant experience of halls living. We have our own office, which is located over in St George's Hall, and this is staffed 7 days a week. You can contact the team by email or one of our drop-ins. The details can all be found on the posters in your kitchen, as well as the university's essential website. If you're not sure, just call the Halls hotline. Let me introduce the team to you. We have Amir, Faith, Carrie, Danny, and Lewis. And of course, there's myself as team manager. At our university, and indeed in the halls, we believe that fostering an atmosphere conducive to academic success requires a balance between freedom and responsibility. Our wardens play a crucial part in maintaining this delicate equilibrium. The team are not only enforcers of the rules within halls, but they also act as a point of contact for you, offering guidance, advice and assistance on a variety of areas, including any academic challenges, personal matters, your accommodation, as well as in-the-moment support. So please feel free to approach them and have a chat about your concerns. Hi, I'm Sue Wallace, the Residential Support and Discipline Manager at the university. I'm here to explain how you can access support whilst you live in halls and how we manage behaviour during your stay. Our team of 5 trained wardens come from a variety of backgrounds, but all have relevant experience of halls living. We have our own office, which is located over in St George's Hall, and this is staffed 7 days a week. You can contact the team by email or one of our drop-ins. The details can all be found on the posters in your kitchen, as well as the university's essential website. If you're not sure, just call the Halls hotline. Let me introduce the team to you. We have Amir, Faith, Carrie, Danny, and Lewis. And of course, there's myself as team manager. At our university, and indeed in the halls, we believe that fostering an atmosphere conducive to academic success requires a balance between freedom and responsibility. Our wardens play a crucial part in maintaining this delicate equilibrium. The team are not only enforcers of the rules within halls, but they also act as a point of contact for you, offering guidance, advice and assistance on a variety of areas, including any academic challenges, personal matters, your accommodation, as well as in-the-moment support. So please feel free to approach them and have a chat about your concerns. The wardens can also help you connect with other university services, such as student welfare, counselling and wellbeing, and DAS, that's the Disability Advisory Service. We know for many of you, this will be your first experience of communal living, and we want you to have a great experience. But at the same time, we know this may not be the case for everyone, and turmoil can happen for many reasons and at any time. The wardens are there to help with issues of unrest within the halls, homesickness, mental health concerns, and general well-being. I would like to reiterate that we stand firm in our zero tolerance policy for any behaviour that is never okay, including racism and discrimination. I know it can be difficult, but if you feel you are not being treated with dignity and respect, please consider telling your warden about your experience or using report and support. You may find talking about sex and consent difficult, but it is so important that we all build a shared understanding of what consent is, how to respect boundaries, and how to positively intervene in a situation. Consent is agreeing by choice and having the freedom and capacity to choose. We would urge you to participate in the Consent Matters training on our Essentials site. Remember, no topic is out of bounds for the wardens. Discipline forms the backbone of any successful institution, and our wardens are instrumental in upholding it. They oversee the compliance to university policies and procedures and hall rules, promoting an environment that encourages mutual respect, integrity, and responsible behaviour. By setting clear expectations and offering guidance, they help create a harmonious community in which we want everyone to thrive. They address any breaches of conduct promptly and fairly, ensuring that you are all aware of your responsibilities whilst living in halls and the consequences if those rules are not followed. Wardens will investigate any breaches or allegations with impartiality and as swiftly as the process allows, in conjunction with the university student disciplinary procedure. Sanctions can include warnings, monetary fines, or escalation to the Student Disciplinary Committee. All details can be found on Essentials, but we will send you information through our monthly newsletters, which will include links to the Student Code of Conduct and Student Residency Agreement, 2 documents you have all signed up to adhere by. Wardens work very closely with our security colleagues to help maintain a safe and secure living environment. Security will call out the duty warden during the night time if they feel their presence is required. A duty warden is available 365 days of the year. A team I haven't mentioned yet is the Hall Mentors. So who are they? The university employ and train 21 PhD students to assist the wardens in their pastoral support duties. They also live in halls themselves and are assigned to specific halls, which means they get to know the uniqueness of each residency. As students, they can holistically support you from knowledge concerning academic engagement to navigating campus resources, providing mentoring and understanding to the challenges students face today. They are also committed to organising various hall events to enhance the sense of belonging, building a vibrant community spirit, and helping you connect with other students. This year, the weekly recreational and social events occur every Saturday between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. The upcoming events will be in our newsletter and on Essentials, so do keep an eye open for the first email and step out of your comfort zone and come along. As part of our inclusivity, we will not serve alcohol at these events. It is worth noting that the fines I mentioned earlier fund the events put on by the Hall Mentors. Before I go, I wanted to explain about the quieter lifestyle halls. You will know you're in one as either you have requested this or the accommodation partners have told you about it. Quieter halls doesn't mean silent, as I'm sure you can appreciate. Noise is an inherent aspect of communal living. However, if there is persistent noise or it becomes a nuisance, then please do speak to one of the wardens or a hall mentor. So that's it from me. I want to wish you every success at university, and my hope is that you will make positive, unforgettable memories during your year in halls.
Hall Mentors are postgraduate students who live in Hall and help support the wardens. You can find your Hall warden on the poster in your kitchen. Alternatively, contact the Hall's hotline for their details. Welcome to the community. Reading is a friendly community and a great place to socialise. But remember, there are many non-students living in the streets around campus and halls. It's important to be considerate and respectful to these neighbours and be aware of the noise you are making when you're socialising, especially late at night. Complaints from neighbours can lead to disciplinary sanctions. Please also remember that you cannot bring cars to university unless you have approved special circumstances. The university has a street support team. These street wardens work at night around the streets off campus. You will recognise them by their uniforms and high-vis. The street wardens can provide advice if you need help late at night. They're very friendly, so do say hi if you need their help.
One of the first things you should do at Reading is register with a local doctor. You'll be spending the majority of the next few years in Reading, so it's important that you have a local doctor available to you. There are 3 practices in close proximity to the university. For more information on choosing, please see www.nhs.uk. Getting into good habits in your university life will help you settle and make the most of your time here. Things like eating well, good sleeping habits, and getting exercise can set you up for success. Our Life Tools series of events can help you get into these good habits and set you up for a great start to life at university. Meningitis is a serious illness with potentially fatal consequences. Make sure you're in the know about meningitis and the signs to watch out for. More information can be found in the Hall's A to Z handbook. If you have any concerns, please call 101 or visit your GP.
To follow now is a short video from the Mayor of London. Male violence against women and girls starts with words. If you see it happening, have a word with yourself and then your mates.
I've not eaten anything all day, bruv. You know what? I can do with this too, bruv. Oh, Lee, Jacob always paying for it all.
Text me when you get home, okay? I will.
I'm paying. Come on, how much? Gee, proper bit, bro. Sweetheart, you alright? You alright, yeah? She ain't listening, man. Want a crisp? Go on, have a crisp. Go on, have a crisp. Bit of a moody one, isn't she? A little bit rude, to be honest. God, geez, am I really that bad?
My taxi's nearly here.
Taxi?
Oi, Jacob, you're not gonna say anything? Just leave me alone, man. Bro, look at her.
Whoa, 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 where are you going in such a hurry? All I've done is be nice. Nice, that's it. I'm trying to be nice, all right? And all I'm getting is this.
What are you doing? You need to say something. This isn't a joke anymore.
All right? What is it? What is your problem? You've not said one word, no?
Come on, bro.
You're not so pretty with that face on, you know? I just don't understand.
What are you doing? That's enough.
Male violence against women and girls can start with words,
Only joking, bro.
but it doesn't stop there.
Let's go.
If you see it happening, have a word with yourself, then your mates.
Hi folks, my name is Justin. I'm the General Manager for Park Group, which incorporates Childs, Mackinder, Stenton and Windsor Halls. I work for a company called UPP, which is in partnership with the University of Reading to look after the Hall's accommodation on the university's behalf. Our number one aim is to provide a clean, well-maintained and safe environment for you all to live in and for our staff to work in. Our housekeeping, maintenance, front of house and management teams all work together to help us achieve this. We're a friendly and approachable bunch, so please do say hello and speak to us if you're ever unsure of anything. We were recently asked for our 3 top tips for residents moving into halls, and this is what we came up with. Firstly, read your Hall's A to Z handbook. I appreciate this might be a bit of a stretch, so perhaps don't read it from cover to cover, but familiarise yourself on where you can find it online and on the Home at Halls app. I suggest you flick through the content so you have an idea of all the areas it covers. So if you're ever in doubt in the future, you can use it for reference. It will help ensure you are following the Hall rules and keeping yourself and others safe. Secondly, take time out to hold an informal meeting with your flat or household. Be realistic and honest with each other and decide how you all want to live for the next year. Agree arrangements around kitchen tidiness, dishwashing, noise levels, etc. I promise you, laying some ground rules now may help avoid unnecessary conflict down the line. And finally, if you're not sure, please ask. If you're uncertain, then there's bound to be others who are uncertain also. So please just stop and ask us. All of our team are in UPP uniform, which is navy blue with the UPP logo on it. You'll find us around site, but also in our reception underneath Windsor Hall. We also answer your queries via the Home at Halls app and through our 24 hours a day Halls hotline. So, if you have a worry, concern or problem, please don't sit in silence. Just come and ask us. That's me done, so thanks very much for your time. On behalf of all the UPP team, welcome to Reading. We look forward to seeing you around the site, and please don't forget to say hello.
Bike security. Cycle theft is a problem in many locations throughout the UK, and Reading is no different. Here's just a few tips just for you, your bike, and arriving now at university. Ensure your bike is insured, hopefully before you arrive at university, but if you haven't already, organise it now. Register your bike on the national database. Remember, you cannot store your bicycle in your accommodation. Use the designated bike racks or sheds on campus, as they'll be more public and may be covered by CCTV. Always secure your bike with 2 quality bike locks. For added security, consider purchasing an Amobi Bike RFID bicycle security tag. And I have to remind you that bicycles are always stored at owner's own risk.
The next short video we will be showing covers fire safety in halls.
Let's be honest, fire safety isn't going to be at the top of your to-do list when you're starting uni.
But it is important, so stick with us for a few minutes while we show you how to stop fires from happening in your accommodation and what to do if one does start.
So you can avoid situations like this. Once you've started cooking, don't get distracted, especially if you're grilling or frying something.
Always say with whatever you're cooking to keep an eye on it. And while we're in the kitchen, try to keep your oven trays clean, as grease and fat are highly flammable. All it takes is a quick wipe down when you're done cooking and you're sorted.
Make sure you use the correct charger for your device, ideally the one that it came with. And if you're an international student, please make sure that your chargers work with the power supply in the UK. Using the wrong charger can overload the supply and cause it to overheat.
Also, avoid overloading plug sockets and extension leads. This could create a power surge and cause a fire. Only plug in the number of plugs it was built for.
Fairy lights are a great way to decorate your room, but please make sure they're battery and LED based. Unlike mains-powered ones, these don't heat up no matter how long they're on for.
Smoking indoors is banned. That goes for both cigarettes and vapes. Head to the designated smoking area.
Now this bit's really important. So fire doors have this symbol on them and they're designed to stop the spread of fires, but they only work if you keep the door closed. So please don't wedge them open.
Don't mess about with the smoke detectors, fire alarms, and firefighting equipment. Keeping these in good shape means they're ready to save your life if there's a fire.
If you hear this noise, then it means you have to leave the building. Don't presume that it's a test.
Walk. Don't run. And head to
your fire assembly point.
Check with your accommodation so you know where to go.
This stuff might not be exciting, but it is important. If you don't take the right actions, then fires can start and spread very quickly. Plus, you don't want to be known as the one that caused that fire.
So remember to follow the advice mentioned here, and you can keep your time at uni flame-free.
We will now hear from your campus security team.
Hello, my name is Dilip Ayman and I'm the Security Services Manager. I'm part of a team of around 60 security officers who are trained, licensed and working around the clock to keep you safe while you're here with us at the University of Reading. You can recognise us by the distinctive red, white and black livery on the vehicles we drive and the uniform we wear. If you need to, you can contact us in a number of ways. You can visit the control room here at White Knight's house. It's open 24 hours a day. Alternatively, you can telephone us on either of these two numbers. Please save them to your phone as a speed dial in case you ever feel vulnerable, threatened or need us. Hopefully you never will, and you can delete them after you leave us. Or you can stop us when we are walking or driving on patrol. If you're living in student accommodation, you will have dedicated members of our team here to look after you. So go and say hello to them. They are your go-to people if ever you have a security concern or feel threatened or vulnerable in any way. We are here to keep you safe, so please let us know if you need help at any time. It's important that you listen to and follow any instructions you are given. For example, if you're asked to leave a building in the event of a fire alarm activation, if you're asked for your student identification to make sure we know who you are and that only people who should be here are here. Listening to instructions is especially important if there is a serious, life-threatening incident. Whilst it's unlikely to happen during your time here, we do have a security response in place just in case to help keep you safe. What you need to do, please, is download the Call My app on your mobile. If it is ever activated and doesn't say it's a test, then you need to listen to what you're being told and follow the instructions given. From all of us in the security team, welcome to the University of Reading. Remember, we are here to look after you and keep you safe, and you can come to us if ever you need help. Thank you.
You can download the Call My app by scanning the QR code on screen. You can see a QR code for each popular operating system, so please scan the code that is relevant to your phone. Don't forget, you have an important role to play in keeping our campus and halls safe. Remain vigilant. If someone tailgates you into a building, which is when you use your card to access a building and someone follows you in without scanning their own card, do consider if it feels right. If something doesn't feel right, reach out to your campus security team. I am really pleased to now introduce our Home at Halls team.
The Home Office programme provides social events, activities, initiatives and competitions completely free to all students living in halls, with community, wellbeing and sustainability in mind. We run a series of events from craft nights, relaxation and wellbeing sessions and themed food nights. We also run cultural events to celebrate different religious holidays, and we also provide support to students through community pantries, free sanitary products in communal toilets and financial webinars. A highlight from last year was running Halls Awards. It was a great event where staff and students came together to celebrate students' time in halls. There was live music, there was food, games and the award ceremony at the end. Any student living in halls or residence can get involved. If you have friends visiting, they can come along too. We post our events on the Home at Halls app where you can find out more information and sign up. You can also tell us what events you want to see for our surveys and social media channels with lots of chances to win prizes. Attending Home at Halls events enables you to meet new people within your halls, leading to new friendships. You can also learn a new skill at an event and ultimately have fun for free.
The following is a brief introduction to your Reading Students' Union. This year, the Students' Union officers have agreed that their main priorities are to help with the pressures and effects of the cost of living on students. This includes keeping costs low on campus and offering vouchers where possible. They aim to improve students' well-being through various events and campaigns and to equip students for their future by providing opportunities to learn skills and gain experiences. There are plenty of opportunities to get involved, so keep an eye on the Students' Union's social media channels and emails to find out more. Your officers this year are Nathan for Activities and Opportunities, Sarah for Welfare, James is the President, Shreyas for Education, and Gabe for Inclusion and Communities. They're always happy to chat with students, so stop by the Students' Union or follow them on Instagram to ask them anything or get involved. Their Instagram handles are on the screen now. We will now hear from Corinne Brooks, our International Student Experience Manager here at Reading.
Moving to a new country to study can be unsettling, and it can take some time to get used to living with new people in an unfamiliar environment. Be kind to yourself and appreciate that it might take some time to feel settled in Reading. If you're an international student and have any questions or concerns, please get in touch. I'm happy to help. Come and visit me in the Carrington building or contact me by email. See you soon.
We'll now take a look at our shared commitment to sustainability and how together we can work towards our sustainability goals. Net zero by 2030. Yes, we're serious. And so is the university and the local community, which you are now a key member of. Be part of it by reducing your use, whether that be electricity, water, or disposables. Just by taking the time to report minor maintenance such as dripping taps or running toilets, you can have a huge impact on the amount of water saved. Switch off appliances at the plug when not in use. Turn off your lights when you leave a room. And turn down radiator thermostats when you're not in your room or going away for a few days. Living in halls, whether in a meal plan hall or self-catered, provides an opportunity for everyone to play a key role in our sustainability strategy and the shared goals of living in a university community. Recycle, recycle, recycle. And most importantly, get it in the right bin. All of the bin signage is consistent across the university. We want to avoid as much waste as possible going into our general waste bins, the grey ones, and almost all waste going into our three key recycling streams: dry mixed, food and glass. We're good at this at Reading, and we get better and better every year, so we need you to maintain the upward trajectory and ensure that our residents of 24-25 make the biggest difference yet.
Okay, we will open the Q&A session now. Just another reminder to register your attendance in this talk by completing the check-in form. Otherwise, you'll be asked to attend another one. And now to start the Q&A session, I will be joined by my colleague, Catherine. Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Christina. Hi, everyone.
Can you please introduce yourself briefly?
Yep, my name is Catherine Muse. I'm one of the Deputy Residence Directors on site. You heard from my colleague Justin earlier in the presentation. So we're responsible for the sort of the operational management of the buildings and the site. So maintenance, housekeeping, help desk, everything like that. And we work really closely with all of our university partners to make sure that you guys stay safe and secure and have a fantastic experience whilst living at university.
Thank you. Our first question for you is, where can residents collect letters from in Bridges and Wessex?
Brilliant. So it's really nice and simple for Bridges and Wessex because it's the same answer for everybody. So your post lockers are located just on the front of the Bridges reception, the reception building, which is at Bridges Hall. Your locker is done by your flat, or in the case of Wessex, by your kitchen. And on check-in, you were given a white envelope that had a small key in it. That small key opens up your post locker. Parcels have to be collected in person from the reception. Parcel collection hours are Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 9:30 and 2:30 to 6 p.m. We take in hundreds of bits of post and parcel every day. And what we do is we register it all and then we log it on the Home at Halls app. So when you get a piece of post, you'll receive a notification on your Home at Halls app, which will have a QR code in it. And all you have to do is take that on your phone to the reception during parcel collection hours. We'll scan it and hand over your parcel.
Thank you. And what if someone has an issue logging into the Home at Halls app?
So I have seen a few students, or more than a few students this week, who have had a problem. So when you checked in, we gave everybody, I think it was either like an A5 or an A6 flyer. On one side of it, it had information with respect to these talks, etc. On the other side, it had information with respect to the Home at Halls app and your inventory, etc. Right at the bottom of that, there's in small print, there's an email address there for support for Home at Halls, and you can use that. However, what I would say is that most problems that we're seeing are students who are just having a bit of difficulty actually logging in and getting the app up and running. And just a quick tip is that what you need to do is you open up the app, it's asking you for your email address and a password. You don't actually have that password yet. You need to scroll to the bottom of the screen, click the link that says something like send me an invitation or resend me an invitation. Click that link, fill in your personal email address. So not your University of Reading one, your Gmail or your Yahoo address. Fill that in. That will generate an email that will go across. Give it like 30 seconds before clicking that link. It just needs a little bit of time. Click that link. It will take you directly back into the app and it will say, welcome, so-and-so. It will confirm your email address, and then that's your opportunity where you get to set your password. And then as long as your inventory hasn't expired, that's the first page that will come up. If your inventory has expired because you were having difficulties logging on to the app, don't worry about it. Just come and see us in the reception. We can reset the expiry date for that so you've got more time to complete it.
Thank you. And does UP do room inspections? And if yes, how often?
Yeah, we do room inspections. We do them on a termly basis during the autumn and spring terms. So we'll probably start those up in the course of the next few weeks, to be honest, because we've got quite a lot of them to get through before Christmas. So we give notice. We give you at least 7 days notice before we come and visit to complete it. It's just an opportunity for us to check that the room is being maintained in a safe manner. No sort of, huge housekeeping issues or maintenance issues have sort of occurred whilst you've been using the room. We'll share feedback either by just leaving a little note in your room, or if there's something specific that we want to share with you, we'll drop you a line following it. So those will check place this term and next term. We don't carry them out through during the summer term. But if you're on a 51-week contract, we will carry out another one during the summer vacation period.
Thank you. And does UPP clean any of the communal areas, and how often?
We certainly do. So I'll work from outside in. So we clean sort of the lobbies and the stairwells and the corridors. We will clean all those areas minimum once a week. In reality, probably a little bit more often, but minimum once a week. We don't clean your bedrooms. Those are your responsibility. And we don't remove rubbish from your bedroom. Again, that's your responsibility to get rid of that. The kitchens, we will clean once a week, and we will remove rubbish from them twice a week. We will only clean them if it's actually physically possible for us to clean them. So if all of the sides are cluttered in bottles and crockery and everything, and we just simply can't clean them, then we won't. We will give you another opportunity to kind of, prepare for our visit. But if we come again and it's not on, then we will, and it's not ready, then ultimately we won't be able to clean. But I'm confident, given some kitchens I've seen this week that look amazing, that won't be an issue at all. Communal bathrooms are a little bit different here and there, so I'll just go through them hall by hall. So in Wessex Hall, your bathroom is sort of a higher ratio of people to bathrooms. So we go in your bathrooms Monday to Friday, once a day, and we will give those shower rooms, toilets, etc. once over. In the Bridges, Barnes, Caversham, days 1, days 2, we'll go in and we'll clean those bathrooms twice a week because it's a lower level of footfall, and there's lower just low, a better sort of ratio of student to bathrooms. And in the townhouses, we will visit and clean your bathrooms once a week.
Thank you. And where can residents do laundry?
So at Wessex Hall, the laundry is a little bit funny. It's sort of the far side of the building on the right. If you're just looking at the front of Wessex Hall, you have to access it actually by going up to at least the first floor, go along the corridor, past kitchens, sort of O3, O4, turn right, past kitchen O5 as if you're heading towards kitchen O6, drop down the stairs that you'll see there, drop down those stairs, and then when you get to the bottom of the stairs, just follow the signs and it's just through another door. To use the laundry, it's a set, I'll cover it in a second bit, the Bridges one in a second, but to use the laundry, you just need to download the Wash Station app. All the instructions are inside the laundry, and it's really straightforward. I've used it before. The Bridges laundry is located in the same building where the reception is, but just instead of going to reception, just follow the building around to the right, and it's sort of on the far right-hand corner, and just swipe card access.
Thank you very much. And now I have a few questions for the warden team.
Fantastic.
Hi, Luis.
Hi there, you okay?
Yes, good, thank you. Can you quickly introduce yourself, please?
Oh yeah, sure. I am a member of the warden team. Specifically, I'm the warden for both Bridges and Wessex Hall. So as you would have heard at the beginning of the presentation, we deal with the discipline and welfare on campus. So I guess if there is anything that you guys anything specifically about the university or anything about your course, just drop me a line and we can kind of help. But yeah, so that's what we do. And I look forward to meeting some of you in person across the next 8 months. But yeah.
Thank you. Our first question for you is, are residents allowed to have guests, and what are the rules around that?
So yeah, residents are allowed guests. But the way that it works is you're allowed a guest to have for 2 days over a 7-day rolling period. So if you have them for 2 days, they must leave for 7 days before they come back. That's just to ensure that nobody's moving in, because the flats are designed specifically and within Wessex, it's designed specifically for the number of people that live there. So it wouldn't be fair for somebody to have somebody else there, because they'd be essentially using more than what they should be. So yeah.
Thank you. And can guests park on campus?
Yes, guests can park on campus. They would need to contact campus parking before they came, so that would need to be arranged first. But yes, so guests can. There is a charge if you're a student and you've already pre-arranged that you'll be able to come to site with a car, then you can have a car here. But I believe I'm right in thinking that today is the last day for you to have said that you wanted. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, today is the last day. So unless basically you've already said that you're coming with a car, it's too late.
Yes, and I believe you have to have a valid medical reason and evidence to bring a car.
That is right.
Okay, thank you very much. Now I have a couple more questions for Catherine.
No problem. Fire away, Christina.
Okay, so next question for you is, are residents allowed to put up posters in their rooms?
So all our rooms have notice boards. So my advice to you is make sure you use the notice boards. That really is the best place for them. If you want to go a step further, just be aware that you don't use anything that might potentially damage the walls, take off a coat of paint, etc. I've seen some horrific examples in the past. Unfortunately, that does cost quite a lot then for us to remediate, paint, and even sometimes plaster in the past, which of course we do have to pass those charges along to students. So please don't use sticky hooks or blue tack or sellotape, heaven forbid, on our walls.
Okay, thank you. And are students allowed to have mini fridges in their rooms?
No, you can't just have a mini fridge. So if there are some students that are allowed medical fridges in their rooms for the purposes of storing medicine, but those students have to be able to evidence that that's a requirement. Some students have very specific allergy requirements. Again, they need to be able to provide evidence to us, and then we will look into if it's for to store medicine, then we will be able to provide the medical fridge. We've got some, but if it's to store food stuffs just because of severe allergies, then that's something that we're happy to provide permission for you to install.
Thank you. And can students bring their own cooking equipment like air fryers and rice cookers?
Yeah, by all means. Yeah, bring your own equipment. Cooking equipment is for kitchens only and not for rooms. If we are visiting rooms ever and we spot sort of, any sort of items that would more normally belong in the kitchen, a kettle is a good example, or a rice cooker, then you will be receiving an email to make sure that those are removed. The reason is that it just creates a fire hazard in the room, and also you're far more likely to be the person that is inadvertently setting off the fire alarm and causing a false alarm, and you are not going to be popular.
Yes.
I wouldn't like that.
You can get those items part tested. You can arrange.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're bringing an item to site that's sort of more than a couple of years old, make sure you contact the Halls hotline. They'll be able to arrange one of our qualified members of staff to visit and carry out a pat test. If the item is just a year or two old, it's absolutely fine. It doesn't require testing.
Yes, and are residents allowed LED strip lights in their rooms?
Yes, you can have LED lights. Do not buy the type ones that sort of you stick to the wall, because invariably when you tear those down, it will take a layer of paint with it as well. So do just buy the type that you can use a little bit of white tack with, for example. I was going to say, and just make sure that they're battery operated ones, that they're not mains fed.
Thank
and
you.
that means make sure they're not ones that plug into the walls. They must be battery operated.
Yes. And can you please explain what's the difference between a fire alarm test and a fire drill?
Yeah, no problem. So a fire alarm test we do on a weekly basis across all of our buildings. We advertise the rough sort of time that we do them, and the day that we do them on the yellow posters in the kitchens. It's a short burst. You'll know it and you'll get used to it. A fire alarm or a fire drill is when you are required to evacuate. So we run fire drills. We'll only run one fire drill a term, in the autumn term and the spring term. They're a little bit different from our perspective, but from your perspective, they're exactly the same as any real life fire alarm. You have to evacuate, and your only role is to get out and stay out until you are advised by either a UPP member, staff, security, or the fire brigade that you can re-enter that building. It's imperative that you always ensure that you evacuate swiftly. You will not be proving popular with the fire brigade, security, or ourselves, indeed, if you do not. Any offenders in that sort of realm of things are quite promptly passed on, unfortunately, to the welfare and discipline team.
Okay, thank you. This is all the questions we have received tonight. If you think of anything later, you can always call the Halls hotline or message them on the Home at Halls app. Tell us submissions. They're always there. They're always ready to help. I want to remind you once more to complete the checking form. It's in the chat. If you have struggled to do that, you can drop us your student number and your name in the Q&A section. We won't publish them, but it will be a way to know that you were here tonight. I wish you all a pleasant evening and have an amazing stay in our halls.